Ladies and gentlemen, today is a sad day for Spoonful for you because we have been fighting for Splash Mountain since 2020. I've been fighting for that ride so many years, and today we have officially seen the first ever Tiana's Bayou Adventure footage, and we got the full ride in its entirety. It's not looking good at all, and it looks like the rumors were true. The leaks were true. It lacks the kinetic energy of Splash Mountain. It lacks the heartfelt storytelling. It lacks any sort of tension or magic that the old attraction held. The best way I could describe this ride today is it's basically a bunch of music scenes strung together to form some sort of plot about us going to a party. Wow, I haven't seen that story before. Maybe I've seen it in hundreds of other attractions. Dozens, sorry, not hundreds, but dozens of other attractions, including Fast and Furious at Universal Studios. But today I'm so mad, I'm not even adding a background or anything. I'm just doing it old school for all my fans. This attraction, ladies and gentlemen, saddens me because the black community, they deserved better than this. The good black people, I don't care about Black Lives Matter, all that garbage. The good black people deserved better than this. Tiana deserved better than this. It's like a present. You know, it's like a bad present you get. You know, the wrapping paper looks really nice, and the artwork for the gift looks really nice. You know, it looks like, oh wow, this is a pretty gift. And then we open up the gift, and that figurine doesn't work. That's basically Princess and the Frog, the ride, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. The animatronics, I'm not gonna lie, are pretty nice. The ones that move, the ones that talk, the ones that don't talk are absolute garbage. They look like they belong in a Chuck E. Cheese attraction. Which is sad because, yeah, even though some animatronics are not articulate, you know, you can't make them all articulate. Still make them emote in a way where they can actually emote without moving them around so much, you know. But the characters here, this band, this new band that we've been introduced to in the new ride, it just looks terrible. They move like Chuck E. Cheese. They look like Chuck E. Cheese. There's nothing realistic about this band. I think their head is too big. Their fur is too furry. There's just something off about them. There's no realism to these characters. But the characters that are articulate look fantastic. Louis the alligator, Tiana herself, great. Looks great. If this was another attraction. Just because the animatronics look good does not mean this is a good attraction. Remember Stitch's Great Escape? Stitch looked fantastic. Great animatronic. One of the best. Awful attraction. Same applies to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So let's start off at the start. So I think the ride starts off okay. I mean, you go through the bayou. You see the two frog versions of Tiana and her husband, I think. And the bayou, you slowly start going up the lift. And before, there was nothing there. Now you have Tiana. She's talking to you, which I thought, you know, that's okay. It looks great at the start. And right after that, the problems start happening. Right after this scene. That's how bad it gets. So then we see, you know, the bayou. We're going through the bayou, and, you know, Brer Bear's house was there. You had Brer Rabbit's house. That's all gone now. There's the heart, that kinetic energy is all gone. It no longer feels like a lived-in world. It just feels like you're in a grassland. You don't have, like, talking creatures up there anymore, like the birdhouses. You could hear, like, talking birds. That's all gone. So that whole area now is basically just barren with music. It's like a speaker heaven, you know, it's like speaker land instead of, you know, a lived in world where animals are lived in. You know, remember that bridge right before the first drop? That bridge that like you that goes across, that's all gone. Yeah, everything's gone. Everything that gave Splash Mountain heart is gone. And then we go inside. And when you go inside this building, before you had tons of geese that would sing, that would talk. That's all gone. Now it's just grass. And you get one animatronic, one in this area. Before you would get about 6 or 7 animatronics. You get Lewis, a impressive animatronic alligator, but that's about it. Then we see a couple other animatronics, Chuck E. Cheese ripoffs. Tiana's there, here and there, but there's just no kinetic energy. There's nothing really to look at. It's the same repetitive stuff. You see Tiana at this corner, you see Tiana at that corner, and then you go around and you see a bunch of screens, and these screens are horrible. I wish the screens looked better because the new Peter Pan ride in Tokyo Disney Sea, those screens look really good. The projection, the 4K, everything, the animation, fantastic. The screens here in Tiana's Bayou Adventure are lackluster. They don't look good. They don't look like they blend in well with the rest of the ride. And it's even worse because Splash Mountain was not designed for screens. So when you add screens, it doesn't really look right at all. Then we get, you know, the big drop where she shrinks you down and it's a big screen. Like, couldn't they add like an animatronic, add some energy, you know, some kinetic energy there? But no, it's a screen. Then you drop down and you shrink. Now, the shrinking area is okay, I guess, but there is a really bad screen of Tiana like bobbing her head up and down, really awful. But I think it's okay. I mean, it still has the water effects and stuff, and you have this pretty cool looking frog that's beating on the drums. I thought he looked really good. But then it gets bad again where you're going up the lift hill, you know, all that suspense is gone. And let me add here that the whole attraction, the premise of this attraction is you're late for a party. That's it. And we're like having fun with Tiana. The Splash Mountain premise was Brer Bear, Brer Fox are after Brer Rabbit. Brer Rabbit is this adventurous, young, spirited animal that wants to go on an adventure, wants to see the world. And he will revisit his childhood and revisit his happiest moments in the happy place, the laughing place, sorry. And eventually he gets caught and he must escape. So he throws Brer Fox and Brer Bear off by jumping in the briar patch. He throws them off. They are shocked that he survives. And then we all celebrate that we are alive in the Zippity Doo-Dah scene at the very end of the ride. It's a simple yet very massive story. I think the story is complex but simple enough where children can get it, but adults can get it too. That's what I love about Splash Mountain. It's a great story. Animatronics are everywhere. You have creatures in the right above you. You have creatures in the walls. You have creatures everywhere. It's so alive, and that's what I love about Splash Mountain. It's a mountain where all the animals live, all the critters live together in harmony. Such a great attraction. Now you have like just a bunch of like half-assed scenes where you have all right animatronics where you go through. Yeah, and after the drop, you know, there's no tension, no fear. You're basically laughing as you go up the drop, which is kind of confusing because drops should build fear. A 50-foot plunge should build tension, not happiness, not laughter, but tension. It's a thrill ride. You're supposed to be thrilled. That's a big concern for me. After that, you have the part where you right after the splash, they didn't bother changing any of this. They just left all the rock work there. The Splash Mountain rock work is still there. They haven't changed a thing. You know, right after the plunge, when you make that little bank around, and then there's people looking down at you. You know, the bridge right there. They haven't changed a bit there. So cheap, so lazy. And then the final scene. While it looks okay, it's the best part of this ride. It's never as good as the Splash Mountain ending. You know, that river boat, all the characters in a dance. It's so magical. You know, I love the ending of Splash Mountain. There's something whimsical, old school about riding that attraction. Princess Tiana, that ending lacks the magic of the original ride. But the ending of Tiana's Bayou Adventure is definitely the best part of the ride. I just wish the whole ride was good like this, because it's a long ride, and for the majority of this ride, it's just you going through marshlands. You see Tiana pop up sometimes, you wave, and then she pops up again just a few feet further, pops up after that over and over and over and over. It gets so repetitive. There's not much to it. It's basically like Navi River Journey mixed with Frozen Ever After. That's how I would best explain it. Frozen Ever After at Epcot. I'm not talking about the new Frozen ride at Tokyo Disney Sea. I'm talking about the Epcot one, the really crappy one. Mix that together, combine it with Navi River Journey, you have a lackluster, boring ride that is nowhere even remotely as good as Splash Mountain. You know, really disappointed. If this is the best that Disney can do, shame on Disney, because this ride is not going to be popular like Splash Mountain. I don't see how. It is boring, tedious, repetitive, lacks tension, lacks fun. You know, Splash Mountain had so much emotion. Sometimes you were happy. Sometimes you felt like you were on this big grand adventure. Sometimes you felt like you were scared because you were going up this big drop, like you never knew what would happen. Especially as a child, you know, all those emotions that you would go through. But now you just have one emotion, and it's whimsy. You're just whimsical, going along, and like, look at this, we're late for the party. Wasn't this the same story in Frozen Ever After? I can't remember, but there's like, I'm getting a sense of deja vu here. Like, it's the most lazy storyline that you could put in a ride, that you're late for a party or you're late for something. It's, oh yeah, Superstar Limo. This ride does kind of remind me of Superstar Limo. You get random scenes of characters popping up here and there, and then in between you just get nothing but dullness. It's like Superstar Limo. Epic dud. What do you guys think of Tiana's Bayou Adventure? Let me know down below in the comment section. I love you guys, and goodbye.